Hi, Luc Bouchard with Solve Act Life Coaching Services, where I've been a certified life skills coach for 22 years and I specialize in men's issues. This is video 3 of 72 of the 10-week challenge that I've taken on, and I just want to thank you for watching. Today I'm going to be talking about men and their need to save face. But before I get to that, I'd just like to express my gratitude and my appreciation for you tuning in and watching this video. I know everyone's really busy and you have a lot on your plate, and by you watching this, it just really speaks to how important personal development is to you and how you'd like to be a better person. So thank you, and again, I appreciate it. As I mentioned, today's lesson is on men and their need to save face. And what I find extremely interesting about that kind of male behavior is that not all men have a need to save face. We all do it to some extent, but some men are extremely entrenched in their need to save face, and it always makes me wonder, well, why? What's going on when men need to go to great lengths to put on these appearances or to, act in a certain way? And really, when we look at it, what's at the heart of it, what's really going on is ego and men's need to basically protect themselves in a lot of ways. The job of the ego is really quite simple, and it was explained to me this way, and it really makes a lot of sense to me. And that is, the ego's job is to say, look how great I am, or look how crappy I am. And when you're really entrenched in ego, it's not a great place to be, because you're either doing great or you're doing bad. Either you think you're on top of the world, or you have the world kicking the crap out of you. And ego's not a lot of fun. So the question comes down to, well, what drives ego? Well, pure and simple, and what you're going to hear me talk a lot about over the next 68 videos, and that is self-worth and self-esteem and deservingness. It always comes down to that in my work and when I talk with men, is what is their self-worth and their deservingness. And because if you really think about it, why else would we care so much about what other people think if we don't have esteem issues? Like, why is it that we're more worried about people out there than our own internal approval? So really, the ego is really driven by our low self-regard. The opposite of saving face, I would suggest, is the ability to say, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. You got me. Because your ability to disengage from being right and saving face, or not having to always have the answers, is really just saying, I don't know. And that's what I think was the main distinction between men that are heavily entrenched in their ego and not, is the ability to go, I don't know, and that you don't need to be right. So, by the numbers, saving face is not about being authentic. It's distancing behavior, where you are keeping yourself away from people because you have to be right. It's very self-orientated. It's like, it's all about me. It's about keeping up appearances, posturing, and pride. It's taking the low road, quite frankly, because you're so worried about yourself. It is what I call engaged in an error of belief, and we're going to talk about error of beliefs down the road in different sessions. And it's really not very mature in many ways. It's quite immature when you have to always be worried about what other people think. And ultimately, you give your power away when you're saving face, because you're worried about everyone else and what everyone else is thinking. Those are my thoughts on saving face, and I would just like to leave you with the quote of the day. And I'm going to be doing these quotes fairly often. I don't know if I'm going to do it every day. But this comes from an M. Goodman. And what he said was, men would sooner surrender their rights than their customs. And I think that's very true. My name is Luc Bouchard. I'm a certified life skills coach with Solve Act Life Coaching Services. I'm extremely grateful that you took time out of your day to watch this and to hear what I have to say. Please send me an email if you have any questions or concerns. I would love to hear from you. And I'll leave you with one last thought, and that is taking responsibility for our actions is really up to us and us alone. No one can make us feel anything. No one can tell us that it's their fault on how we feel or what our emotions are. So I encourage you to look at what your part in stuff is and just be honest about how people affect you. Have a great day, and thanks again for listening. And I'll see you tomorrow with my next video. Okay, take care.